Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section starts in 1 minute. Is there any business or does anyone need to use the repeater before I begin? Good morning. This is KB1NBA at Pittsfield, Mass. Net Control Station for the Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section. This net is part of the Amateur Radio Emergency Service and the National Traffic System of the ARRL. The purpose of this net is to pass traffic, conduct area's business, hear announcements of interest to the amateur community, and answer any questions about areas, NTS, or other emergency communications topics. This net meets every Sunday morning at 1000 hours local time on the K1FFK repeater on Mount Greylock with a PL of 100. This is a directed net. Please do not break the net unless you have emergency or priority traffic. Please do not leave the net without informing net control. When checking into the net, please give your call phonetically using proper phonetics, and your power source is commercial or battery. Traffic and announcements will be handled first, followed by general check-ins. I am now looking for any stations with traffic or announcements. Stations with traffic or announcements, please call net control. This is KB1NBA Net Control Station for the Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section. I am now looking for Aries, NTS, or other officials. Aries, NTS, or other officials, please call net control.
This is Kilo Delta 2, Bravo Victor Alpha. My name is David. I'm in Queensbury, New York, Eastern New York section, Northern District, ADEC. Commercial power, battery backup, no traffic for the net.
And the net would like to recognize KD2BVA. Good morning, Dave. I'm now looking for stations with or without traffic. Stations with or without traffic, please call net control.
WMWJ, Battery, New Ashford.
Q1 Echo Romeo Fox, Tony Pittsfield, commercial power, no traffic. Good morning.
This is Kilo 2 Whiskey Golf, Wayne, Canaan, New York, commercial power, no traffic.
This is K2LM, King 2 Lima Mike, Jim, Saratoga Springs, no traffic over.
And the net would also like to recognize N1MWJ Ellis, W1ERF Tony, K2WG Wayne, and K2LM Jim. What's your power source, Jim?
This is K2LM, commercial over.
Roger, thanks for checking in. Final call, this is KB1NBA Net Control Station for the Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section. Are there any further check-ins or other business for the net before I close the net? Western Mass Emergency Net Berkshire section thanks to Northern Berkshire Amateur Radio Club for the use of the K1FFK repeater. I will return the repeater to regular amateur use at the close of this net. I want to thank those who brought traffic and announcements, those who joined me this morning on the net, and those stations who stood by while the net was being conducted. The net is now secure at 10:05 hours. This is KB1NBA, clear 73, and have a great rest of the weekend.
KB2B, K2LM.
This is KD2BVA. Go ahead.
Alrighty, it's been a week, so who was that masked man last Sunday?
I am very confused.
Well, I didn't explain myself well. When we were at Wayne's viewing, K2AYQ's viewing, I asked you, who was that fellow sitting there? And you said, geez, I don't know. And I said, gee, I don't know either. So I guess that's why I was asking, might you have figured out who he was or is?
No, I haven't even thought about it since that moment. So no, I still can't remember.
Well, I wish I could make the Monday night meeting, then I could ask, because he shows up at most Monday night meetings, as I recall.
That he does.
And something else to think about on Monday night. I will not be there. I've got something else to do, but I gather there's going to be a proposal to put up a D-Star repeater on Birch Hill. There is a UHF pair that is available for Birch Hill. It's still in the data, UNORAPCO database. So I might suggest that the D-Star be a UHF repeater on Birch and then keep the VHF as it is.
All right. Well, I hadn't heard anything about it, but if it comes up, I'll be sure to mention it.
Okay, well, I'll try to catch up with Donald and give him my opinion on that also. But yeah, I guess the club trustee wants to put up a D-Star repeater.
I did not know Jamie had a D-Star repeater. I believe at one point he did purchase one of the new System Fusion repeaters, but I haven't heard him talk about it at all, so I'm totally in the dark.
I'm not certain he has one right now, but he seems to have funds and he wants to buy a D-Star repeater.
Interesting. Well, I believe we're also at some point supposed to get a presentation on DMR, but I haven't heard any more news on that yet either.
Right, I thought maybe Dennis was going to do that because Dennis is very fond of DMR.
He is the one that offered the presentation.
Well, it should be fun. This site had a DMR repeater for about a month, a UHF. It was coverage